I'm agreeing with you.
Hear or who going feel a way or what. I want to hear the answer to the question.
Gadget, I'm agreeing with you. So, I'm Brother Akar. But I'm saying if you're going to hear the answer, we're going to have to at least stay with the rules of staying in lane.
So we're not So let's allow it,
because then we use up time.
You see me now. That conversation, it's been recorded, and even we're going to step into the realms of David Icke and the likes. You know what I'm saying? When we step into the realms of Zachariah Stitching and the likes. When we start to go and check out those individuals who've recorded their story and their events about the events, and a being coming along, mainly Dr. Malachi C. York, and telling us about an unbelievable event where we said, that don't make no sense. None of that don't make no sense. That's the first thing I said. That don't make no sense. Until I started hearing other people started talking about the same thing he's talking about. And now that becomes interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? The reasons why I don't go and talk about that because of the game people want to go and play. It's not a game I'm playing. We're talking about the Philadelphia experiment, about the experiment the U.S. government went on over with certain other people and done certain little things. We begin to realize, I'm gone.
Brother, if it's truth, you don't have to worry about what the people are going to think. If it's truth, it cannot be denied.
Let me show you something now. Truth sometimes don't get heard how it's supposed to get heard.
You understand? But brother, that's why it's coming out of your mouth, so you can say it in a way we can receive it. So this is what I'm asking. Who are the green people?
You're not going to let go of this point, Ray?
No, but you see, and I don't mind that because you see...
Are you going to answer it? Here's an easier way. Are you going to answer the question?
Because you see, the reason why I'm going to leave it open-ended, because it can get answered. You know what I'm saying? We'll leave it open-ended at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot being said. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind this.
He's not going to answer it, so let me say something real quick. This is the point. This is what I want to put out to our people. All right? All due respect to Dr. York, right now Dr. York is in jail in Georgia for a rape charge.
Okay? Child molestation.
Okay. People can say what they want, but listen, I'll say this. A man of the Most High God would not compromise if he's getting beat or martyred and admit to a rape on national TV before the world to humiliate him and his followers. So the whole deal is, I know he's in jail, and you can go on. Listen. You can go on YouTube, and you can actually hear his own confession. Now, later he said that they beat the confession out of him. But guess what? Christ was beat, but not once did he confess to any of the accusations that was against him. So I'm going to say this here. Brothers and sisters, we need to come back to truth. There's a lot of deception out there.
True.
Listen, we cannot come together under nuwabics. We cannot come together under Dr. York. We are the children of Israel. I'm going to tell you how slick this thing was. This dude seen a black revolution going on during the time of Malcolm, and what he do? He jumped right on it. Right, they were Sunni Muslims and all white. Then he seen the Hebrew thing coming up in the 80s, and he became, you know what, I'm going to get a little bit of that money too. I'm going to become Sunni, a Nubian, and I'm going to become Hebrew. So he brought all the elements of blackness into one religion so that he can grab everyone.
Most definitely.
Hold on. And then on top of that, his keynote part of doctrine is to try to discredit the Bible. They also say that Judas went to the cross and not Christ. These are all. They also teach that Mary Magdalene had a child by Christ, and that's Simon Bar Jesus the sorcerer. See, brother, you have to realize I have studied this guy.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Listen, I have studied this guy's full teachings, and if you want to talk about an antichrist teaching, listen, I'm talking about antichrist to the highest degree, and that's why you couldn't say anything, because you didn't want to put out who you were really following. You understand? Brother, you got to come with truth. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
True.
All right? Listen, I know my ancestors. My ancestors wasn't green. My ancestors are not the reptilians. The reptilians is the serpent that fell in the garden, brother. You're dealing with angelic or fallen angel doctrine. And that's why he's building the pyramids for vortexes, and that's why he have himself in all those different pictures through time saying that he was reincarnated in the earth from the beginning. brother, you need to back up off of that and find Christ. Okay, and that's what I'm here for.
Was that Yeshua al-Mashiach?
Listen, I'm talking about the anointed, not the guy they showing in your Christian church. I'm talking about the anointed Savior. Listen to me clearly, brother. Judas didn't die on the cross. Okay? Judas didn't die on the cross, brother. Christ died on the cross. So all these false doctrines must be tore down. It was Christianity last week, and it's the nuwabic belief this week.
Okay, and
we need to tear them all down. Listen, and as long as you believe that stuff, we can never come together because it's total madness.
Okay, we remember on the end of this.
Okay.
At the end of this, and I'm going to leave you at this. You know what I'm saying? Truth is all things. Now we're all out in the open and we're all clear, we all can be seen. You know what I'm saying? There's many points what have been said. And I enjoy the energy today. Trust me when I tell you that. Enjoy the whole of the energy. Because when we start now getting into the conversation about all of that doctrine, the both negative side of it and the positive side of it, we realize there's a whole of that doctrine and it all comes down. So where did you get it from? It has to come down to that. Excuse me, so where did you get it from?
The Bible.
Okay then, it must have come down to something. You know what I'm saying? We have to go and understand the foundation of what we're having a conversation.
And the foundation is good.
And of course the foundation is good because we're always...
And listen, at least it wasn't a guy that was singing with Blue Magic who decided to write a book called The Holy Tablets, brother. At least our information came down from the beginning, from Moses, Jeremiah. No, listen clearly. The Old Testament is the Torah. Okay? The prophets are the Tanakh. Before the Bible was compiled, brother, there was a Torah and there was a Tanakh. That's the Old Testament.
Didn't you say this good? You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about the vortexes when you was at your most powerful state. You know what I'm saying? You was talking about the
didn't say the vortex is the most powerful state. Now I understand why you agreed to the vortex.
You said you were at your powerful state at the time.
In the conversation, why I agreed with you when we was under a oneness. You know what I'm saying? And I said, wow, now you're talking a conversation that's...
All right, let me interject now. I've not said nothing. Sorry.
You see, let me show you.
I don't mean to cut you, but I have to come into this now. I have to just get into this because it kind of, what Brother Ricard just said then, just kind of intrigued me away when you even bring back the vortex. So there's a reason to you agreeing to the vortex and what he was saying?
It's not agreeing. It's about talking about.
Yeah.
You understand? When somebody comes and shows you a thing and talks about vortexes, talks about stargates, yes, and talking about green men, talking about reptilians, talking about Philadelphia, talking about all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got my interest. You know what I'm saying? So now when it comes back down to it, we was having a conversation with a brother at the top of the hour a long time ago now it seems. And we said we're talking and he started talking about when he was in his, when we felt he was in his good state on the one state where we all agreed. And he started talking about vortexes and I got a little bit excited. You know what I'm saying? And I said, Ron, that's an interesting point. I got it on the positive side of it, not on the negative side of it. So there was a positive side of it and a negative side of it. We could go and deal with both ends. That's why I said it takes time now to go and prepare a show for tomorrow. I wish I could muster it up like magic and say abracadabra and have it on the plate today so I could go and take the whole of this discussion and play it. But because it's all been recorded and we've been talking and it's a lot of points to go remember when you try to go and talk, but when you listen to yourself back after a big recording like this one, there was a whole heap of points being said. There was a whole heap of learning points. And that's why, excuse me.
One second.
And I said, and that's why when we finish on positive points, I always try and leave on positive points. You understand? Provide evidence always cancels errors. I always leave on a positive point to me. You know what I'm saying? So when we come back into the conversation, you know what I'm saying, and we're clear now, we got our present reasoning intact. You know what I'm saying? And we control our energy and emotion so we don't get too emotional by what is being said. You know what I'm saying? We calm and we temper ourselves. We relax ourselves.
Hey, brother, can you answer the question and someone tell me? Listen to me. Listen to me, brother. Before we go, because I'm sure there's other people out there would like to know about our ancestors. I need you to please make a point and tell me.
He didn't want to answer that. He's made it quite clear that he didn't want to answer that today.
So I thought he was here to bring us back to our oneness in the beginning of ourselves.
No, he's saying he doesn't choose to answer the question the way that you're wanting the answer. That's what I mean very clearly.
So can he answer it? Can he enlighten the brothers and sisters out here who are looking for their origin and tell them, who are these people?
You know, when you look, let me just be clear, because it's time, because we could go on, like we said, we go around in the circles. Let me tell you this first and foremost. Yeah, we are here in our consciousness right now, every single one of us. we've been programmed a certain way in life. Every single one of us. We've got our own ideologies, the way we see things, the way we experience things, how we taste, smell, and feel things. That's what we can bring to the table.
Brother, that don't have anything to do with what I'm asking.
Listen.
I'm saying, but the only thing you're doing is talking rhetoric. I'm trying to get to the root of the matter.
Okay.
Listen. We're talking about right now ancestral lineage.
I think we was talking about a little bit more than that, and that's why
I'm saying. But that's what I'm talking about, brother.
We was talking about the agreement, as you said, and it overs that. The little agreement. We was all talking about the agreement, as you said, and that was the key point. The green.
No, brother. Let me explain. Let me just reel you into one point. Can we do that?
Okay.
Let's just let's not go over into spew into a conversation that have nothing to do with what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, when it comes to the ancestry, since you said our ancestors, and obviously based on our conversation, you knew who they were, but wasn't willing to tell the people who they were, and you think that we are something that you're not willing to tell the people, but still assume that we can come together.
The
only thing I'm asking you to do, okay, and you have the floor, explain to me how we turned brown and how we rusted brown when we were originally green. That's all I need. You show me that, and I need that understanding. Whatever information you have, I'm willing to listen to that. Okay. Because you agree that... Listen, you agree that according to the nuwabic teachings, we were once green and we rusted brown. You agree with that, right?
The same way I agree with it is the same way you agree with it.
No, I'm asking you, brother, because this is what's in your book.
Brother, let me talk to you.
Brother, this is what's in your book.
Hold on, brother Rakar, I want to hear this now.
Yeah.
I really want to hear this. So, brother Rakar, hold on. Hold up for a minute, yeah, because listen to this as well. Also, we have listeners here saying, listen, I want an answer.
Okay.
Tell the people that we was green is positive. That's from 919. And this one, other one from 140 said, please answer the question because I've been reading the holy tablets online. This 919 said, I'm gonna switch off in a minute because he's wasting my time. I've never been really interested about this kind of stuff, but you can see the brother Rakar is trying to let us know as a people who we are, and it is not green. Now, I never want to read these texts, because it sounds like it's a biased argument, and the same thing happened last week, Ray, right? So listen what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to cut off again. Brother Rakar, listen, hold your point for a second, right?
Yeah.
Ray, I want a straight cut answer because this is what my listeners out there want right now. People who listen at 3 o'clock in the morning. People intrigued by this. Ray.
You see right now.
Listen to me.
Ray, just say you're not going to answer the question.
It's not that I don't want to answer. It's not that the fact I don't want to answer the question.
Yeah.
You see, let's just go. I want people to go and ascertain all of the facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the conversation first.
But Ray, listen.
I'm gone.
Hold on, before you exactly. This is
I don't listen.
Let me finish again. Ray, listen. Even if you was to get this show, right? And record it. Get this show and record it, and then go back to the points. I don't think you'd have enough time on your show. Let me finish now. I don't think you'd have enough time to go back over
all the points.
Exactly. No. What I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make here now, right, is this. It's a simple, straight answer.
Yeah.
Ray. Brother Rakar asked a question. I'm sure Mark want to hear the answer to it as well. Mark, tell me, just me alone.
But I recognise I'm not going to hear the answer tonight.
And this is where we're getting at now. This is where